Hi everyone, welcome to Meditation with Annemarie. This is part 16 of my 21-part series on coping with change using your inner power. So today I'm going to be drawing our 16th power for us to practice, and all the powers are based on my book Will to Wonder, Principles on the Loss and Recovery of Power, and the book is based on our teachings as Brahma Kumaris. So remember to subscribe down below if you haven't done so already, and let's draw a power for us to practice over the next fortnight. Not many left. There's 21 powers in my book and we're now on our 16th, so there we go. So there's only 5 left after this. So let's see which one. Perfect. The power to respect. So the power to respect is the ability to rethink and restore my own value system, remaining true to myself by ensuring that my thoughts, words and actions are equally elevated. To live a life that reflects my spiritual worth, not my physical worth. And the more I value myself, the more I value others. And the more others will value me. So I am the light. I value my own sparkle as I value the brightness of others. And the supporting virtues today are being broad-minded, so keeping an open mind and being able to think laterally. Humility, beautiful virtue to have. Discernment, courage, silence and tolerance. So some beautiful virtues to help us strengthen our power to respect. So let's start with a meditation. So sitting quietly with your spine straight, your shoulders back and relaxed. Allow your body to become relaxed and your mind to become calm and quiet. As you prepare yourself to turn inward, so just check in on yourself. So taking a couple of breaths deep down into your belly to help you start that inward journey and to help you let go of the external world for just a little while. And just bring yourself to the present moment. And allow yourself to turn inward. And ask yourself, how am I going? Am I still feeling in creative control of my own story? Or do I feel that others are taking that control? Perhaps not recognizing that I'm actually handing over my power. So just ask yourself, where might I be giving away my power? Are my words, my actions, my thoughts aligning? Or am I thinking one thing and behaving in another? So just check in gently with yourself and ask yourself these questions with a gentle heart, not to beat yourself up. but to check in to see where you may be giving away your power, where you may be demanding respect from others, not recognizing that you're actually not respecting yourself. So just ask yourself these gentle questions. Where in my life is respect missing? Where do I feel that I need to fight to be heard or to be seen? Do I feel at times that people aren't listening or aren't even seeing me? So let me turn inward even more and let me check in to see if I'm listening to myself and to see if I'm actually seeing myself, my true self, my spiritual self, not the roles that I'm playing. Let me not identify with the roles that I'm playing. For if I only identify with those roles, my stage, my inner stage is going to fluctuate, and I'm going to look to others for that validation. So check, do I give myself permission to regularly check in on myself, to ensure that I am walking my talk, that I am showing, demonstrating my value, my spiritual value, not through needing attention, but through simply and gently being true to myself as a means to uplift the world. Not trying to uplift the world at the detriment of my own health and well-being. That's clearly not self-respect. So check in gently with yourself and ask yourself these questions and be as honest as you possibly can to help you move forward in your life, to help you let go of any old limiting beliefs about yourself, about others, about the world. So you can get on with just shining your inner light. And in time with practice, show others how to shine theirs. So taking a breath and bringing yourself back gently and calmly. Om Shanti. So the power to respect is another one of my favorite powers. To respect, to really understand respect really means being aware of my own spiritual value, knowing my own spiritual value, and then living my life accordingly. Because, anything less, I will be deceiving myself and I will look to others to validate me. So I won't be living a life of truth and honesty, and I will project that outward, and I will attract people who aren't going to be honest either. To top that off, when I look to others to validate me, I'm going to give them permission to dictate the terms. And if I'm looking for respect externally, expect others to dictate the terms. Because what you're doing is you're literally handing your power over to someone else. So being able to love myself and love the roles that I play because I'm aware of my spiritual value and I don't compromise that value along the way, not through taking sorrow and not through giving sorrow. So by remaining as peaceful and as calm as I possibly can internally so that I know how to respond externally. But that starts with really getting to know myself. So I need to start having that relationship with myself, which means I need to meditate more, to turn inward and to have what we call, as Brahma Kumaris, what we call yoga. Having remembrance, firstly with myself, remembering that I am a soul, a being of light, of love, of peace, and of silence, and that I have a connection with the divine soul, the supreme soul, the source of all energy, where I can plug in and recharge and reset myself anytime I need to, as a means to keep myself full and fulfilled and complete and satisfied. That's how I can show that respect, because I'm not looking to others to fill me up. Because if I'm filling myself up, I'm going to be full and I'm going to be able to give, and others will benefit. And through that, I earn respect because I am filling myself first. So I am showing others to take care of themselves first. If I'm a martyr in my life, which I used to be for a long, long time, if I'm a martyr in my life, what I'm actually showing others is, yes, I want to be respected, but I'm too busy being a doormat for everyone else. So what am I really showing the world? I'm actually showing the world I don't respect myself because I'm putting myself last. That is not respect. Respect doesn't mean arrogance or self-righteousness. It means humility, being so clear on my own spiritual value that I have nothing to prove. So then I don't need to go out of my way to try and impress others. And when I mean by impress, it doesn't mean that I have to, pretend I am rich and have a good job. And it can be impressing by wanting to please them. Right? And so when I'm trying to please others because I'm actually really wanting their approval, I'm really wanting their respect, the respect that might come is going to have a lot of strings attached to that. And so that's not really respect. Respect doesn't mean what we've been taught as our social conditioning, as in saying please and thank you. That's really just polite conditioning because we've forgotten how to be loving and gentle and kind to each other. So now we have to say please and thank you as an acknowledgement. But if I'm truly giving from a full heart, from a full space, then I'm not even going to be looking for that thank you. And by not looking and not being attached to that outcome, I'm going to be filled regardless because it's going to come back at me 100-fold. So I'm going to get the bonus of that wonderful overflowing. And the more I keep filling myself up and the more I keep overflowing and others can automatically benefit from that, that's how I earn respect. Because I am now respecting myself, because I am clear that I need to fill me first. It's like the first rule of first aid, self-preservation. It's not a selfish thing as we've been taught, especially women, especially mothers. We've been silently conditioned to believe that it is a selfish thing to look after ourselves. But if you really think about it, like first aid, like when you're on an aeroplane, how can I possibly look after anyone else if I'm not respecting myself by keeping my own oxygen mask on and wearing my own life jacket? As soon as life isn't going the way I would like it to be and I start forcing it, I've literally taken off my own oxygen mask, I've taken off my own life jacket. So I really have no one to blame. But it is easier to then point the finger of blame and believe that others aren't respecting me because ... And there'll be a variety of reasons. But ultimately, if I'm being honest and I turn inward enough, out of self-respect, I will recognize where I'm not turning in enough, where I'm not filling myself enough, when I'm not connecting and recharging myself on a regular basis. So, as I said earlier, when I come from an empty heart space, as the martyr, I'm going to want that validation. I'm going to need that recognition and that approval from others that, I did good. But when I'm constantly turning inward and filling myself, because, we are all so amazingly resourceful as souls, we have everything we need, including this amazing body costume to be able to navigate our way around the physical world. It's like, imagine the body as your physical car. You need a car to get around the world. You need a body to get around the world. Remembering that I, the soul, am the master controller, the master driver of this vehicle, reminds me to respect myself and to keep my tank filled up. Like a car, it doesn't matter how much you want it to move forward, it's not going to move if there's no petrol in there. So meditation fills up my inner tank, reminding myself of my inner connection, my upper connection is what fills my tank. And by simply having that remembrance, I'm automatically filling my tank, and two, I'm not wasting any of that energy of my spiritual petrol by worrying and thinking about what others might think about me, but worrying about what others might say or might do or might not say or might not do, because my worth is so tied up in how others respond to me. So the more I fill myself up, the less I have to entertain and even create those thoughts. Because remember, I, the soul, am the creator of my own thoughts. I, the soul, am creator of my own story. So do I continue to play in and create a small story, or am I ready to create a bigger story? That's a choice. But it starts with recognizing and living that self-respect. So I hope you gain some benefit out of that. Just nice, short and sweet, because respect really is, in a nutshell, that's what it's about, really understanding my own spiritual value and living my life accordingly, nothing less. That is self-respect. So I hope that really helped you today, help you recognize where maybe it might be validation that you're already on that path, you're already respecting yourself, or hopefully it will help you recognize and identify the areas in your life where you need to step into your own power and stop handing your power over, because that's not respect for anyone. Not only am I not respecting myself by handing my power over, I'm going to be enabling others in the process, which is not respecting them either. Okay, so let's finish with another meditation and really reflect on what it means to walk in that power, to walk in that self-respect, to shine my bright inner light. So just sitting quietly, once again, taking a couple of gentle, even breaths once again to recenter yourself. And just allow yourself to just be, turning inwards to reconnect and turning upwards to recharge. You don't have to do anything else. Just like when you plug in a computer into the PowerPoint or a torch so you can have some light in the dark. They don't sit and worry about what others might think of them just sitting there, because they are recharging. So be like that computer or that battery or that torch and just recharge. And just notice as you're sitting there silently, just recharging, your inner light starts becoming more brighter, more radiant. And the more radiant it becomes, the more it pushes out to every corner of your body. And it starts filling or spilling out as it's filling you up completely. And imagine in the middle of your forehead, there's a tiny little light that is being fueled by all that other wonderful internal light. And that light shines brighter and brighter into the world of darkness, into the world of uncertainties and insecurities. And all you need to do is just shine your bright inner light outward, just like that living lighthouse, knowing that you are plugged in and plugged upwards. You have faith that you are being filled, and through being filled and becoming full, complete, satisfied, content, your shining light is so bright and it just shines outward for anyone in need to take benefit without you ever becoming empty and giving from that empty space where you become that martyr. No, instead you're just going to keep shining simply because you know you have a right to tap into that energy, that source of all energy. And you know that you have a responsibility to share that energy with the rest of the world, but not before filling yourself up first. So with that intention, you can do this exercise, this meditation, whenever you need, again and again and again, to help you understand the power of your own self-respect, to help you understand the importance of accepting your own power. For only then will you stop blocking your own power. And because you will stop blocking, you're receiving the power. You will be open and trusting because you are now being completely honest and authentic with yourself. Because you are now full. And when you are full, it is so easy to love who you are, and to enjoy the roles that you play without ever getting attached to the roles or to the opinions or comments from others. Instead, you just turn inward, plug upward, fill yourself up, and shine outward again and again and again. Om Shanti.